Hey, everybody. Michelle is here. I'm out and about running some errands and just was thinking, the other day I saw this woman, and it's obviously she's living out of her car because she had all her stuff in there. But what I thought was so amazing is she had her mask on. I thought that was fantastic because, that may be a consideration. I remember when I used to work in my former job, and when I was working off duty, I mean, we call it off duty, but it's like working extra duty, and it was at night usually, overnight. And I used to watch those videos, just to pick up how people survive and techniques on how to survive, how to improvise, and how to just, make things work. Because, that may be a possibility for a lot of people to be living out of their cars and living like that. And you have to make the best of situations. Just like people in the tiny houses. The only issue I have with tiny houses is that you need to make it portable. You need to be able to get that thing hooked up and be ready to go. So that's the only disadvantage with having a tiny house is, a lot of people get those tiny houses, but then they plant them somewhere. And then they make them impossible to move. Make it impossible for them to get out of a situation quickly. When they get the alerts that there is a storm coming, or surging water and this and that and the other, or fires coming. So, and I think it's kind of adventurous, but you have to be realistic also. If you don't want to get your hands dirty and this and that and the other, you just got to consider factors that are going to make you safe. And so I thought that was just very responsible for her, that she had a mask on. Even though she, obviously she has everything in her car, she has her, and you just have to watch this kind of stuff on YouTube, which is perfect. YouTube has some perfect illustrations and examples of how to do it. But, like I said, I think what happened is people got too extreme, trying to make it all elaborate. And, you just got to be really, really practical in certain situations. And make sure, so you don't want it to get it fixed somewhere. I think if you're going to have a tiny house, it needs to be portable. You need to be able to get in that thing, hook it up and get the hell out of a dangerous situation or wherever you may end up. Because if you make it fixed in an area that may not be a safe area, then what? You're going to be losing everything again. So you just have to think a little bit more clearly and effectively about how you're going to survive, and make the best of the situation, and be realistic. I know a lot of people put their stuff in storage units, and you know what? I did that a few times, and I lost every goddamn. Some of it, I lost everything that way, putting stuff in storage and forgetting that I did, and then before you know it, it's too late. My shit is gone. I remember when I left Atlanta. Before I left Atlanta, I put all of my stuff in storage, just about everything. And guess what? I ended up getting rid of all of it once I realized I'm not going to be able to carry this stuff with me. And I just held on to a few containers of stuff, and usually paperwork and this and that and the other. But I mistakenly left all of my screenplays that I had and ideas for books and other notes, yearbooks, stuff like that. A lot of pictures and stuff like that got lost because I didn't realize where I had stored it all. But, hey, whatever. I could always recreate stuff, because I had that type of imagination and that kind of creativity. And that's what you have to do, too. You have to be really flexible. You have to be just prepared. That's all. Just be prepared for any and everything. And, and don't go overboard. If you're going to downsize, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense that you get into a tiny house and you're unable to move the damn thing. Or is just too much stuff in it. Too much stuff in it to move your shit. So, we need to start thinking that way. If you have a car, make sure that car is in good condition before. Maybe you need to put some new tires on it now. Make sure it's serviced, have a battery, all kind of things. You just need to be prepared. And and just consider stuff, get rid of stuff, and 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 be done with it. Be over it. Stop all this holding on and holding on to memories and this and that and the other. If you got pictures, see if you can store them on an external drive or something. Make sure it's external. A lot of these clouds, like I said, I don't know where, you just don't know what cloud everything's in, right? If something's in a cloud, what fucking cloud? So that's the only problem. And then also, who's monitoring the cloud? Because people can take advantage of it that way too. It's just nothing is geared towards protecting the citizen, in my opinion. It's all about, because all it takes is the government or law enforcement to ask these people, okay, what's stored in these clouds, and these so-called cloud holders will, in my opinion, can easily be manipulated and just give the government whatever they want, or give the law enforcement whatever they want, like camera feeds. If you have cameras, if law enforcement wants it, law enforcement will get it. FBI will get it. Okay, so all that kind of stuff is, and like I said, when I was talking to my brother the other day, he and I came to the conclusion we can care less what people do when they're searching our background. They're not gonna find anything. We're upstanding citizens. We have nothing to hide. We have no secrets. It's just invasion. That's all. Invasion of privacy, and government feels as though that they have that right to invade people's privacy and get people all worked up and afraid and this and that and the other. And they're going to be bored if they think they're going to find something nefarious in my background. They're not going to find anything but a woman struggling just like everybody else, a woman dealing with situations just like everybody else, dealing with my mental health, my state, just the whole gamut of responsibilities as an adult woman that I joyfully take on. So I'm telling you guys, get prepared. Find out what's important for you to hold on to and put it in some type of fireproof container, or flood-proof, or anything like that, and so that you'll have that stuff, paperwork and documentation. Like I said, if you can find something to store it on an external drive, then do so. I've done the best that I can. God damn. Sometimes, again, I just, we just don't want to be extreme, and like I said, something was going on with my internet, which I knew my internet was hacked. That my emails were hacked. I know all that. My phones were hacked. I'm not, I don't care right now. I was pissed in the beginning, but I'm not surprised the way they treat black women, more specifically and especially in this country. How we are always subject to investigations and being claimed to be an issue, when narcissistic psychopaths, sociopaths, serial killers, and can get away with literally murder. Literally. Okay, do you hear me? Do you hear me though? Alright, so, and most black women are the most effective on the planet, and the most influential on the planet, but most targeted on the planet. Black women will feed everybody. We, like I said, in our culture, we'll feed anybody. If you're hungry, we're gonna feed your ass and then tell you to take your ass home somewhere. Like I said, my mom would have fed the KKK if they fucking said they were hungry. Shit, what the hell? Or white supremacy. That's what black culture is about. We were and are, the village that's required to, raise people and prepare them for, society and the likes. So, again, get your house in order. Find those important documentations and important paperwork and, pictures, and, put that stuff on an external drive. And then, make sure it's a reputable external drive. And, get going and get this stuff done and be ahead of the game, because the storms are coming. Okay, the floods are coming, the storms are coming. We had all this flooding I mean, all this, what do you call it? All this snow. Remember, just recently we had all this snow. What do you think is going to happen now? All right, so just be realistic. Stay logical. Stay reasonable. Stay calm. Meditate, contemplate, and don't get yourself in a unnecessary bind. All right, so I want to send peace and love. Let me go ahead and handle my business, and I'll talk to you soon. Love to everyone.